Welcome back, everyone. After watching this artistic and classical display of music, we are proud to introduce to you Maestro Richard Bushman. Maestro, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you so much for this lovely music.
Thank you so much for inviting us. Really, it's fun for us to come and do it.
To be honest with you, to see these kind of, let's say, youngsters to play harmoniously together. It's nice. So, Maestro, tell us about Ahmadi Music Group.
Well, you know, Ahmadi Music Group, we say that Ahmadi Music Group is the oldest cultural organization in Kuwait.
Yes.
Our first concert was 1955. This is our 70th anniversary
Mashallah.
now. And I always say when I'm giving a concert, we're the oldest cultural organization in Kuwait. Until now, no one has come to argue with me about that. So I think it might be true, which is a favorable thing. It was started when the first expatriates were coming to Kuwait in the 50s to work in KOC down in Ahmadi.
Yes.
And it was like they had a strange pet. You'd look up online, what is it like to eat? And so they built for them a bowling alley and a Christian church and a theater. And they started Ahmadi Music Group, the choir. Long before I came, the group had pulled away from there and moved up to the city. Now we do all kinds of things. The choir tours internationally, went to New York, went to England, went to India the last few years. The orchestra plays at Jabal Al-Ahmad Center. We're the first orchestra to play in Jabal Al-Ahmad Center. We've been there more than any other orchestra, including just a few weeks ago now. We played
for the Home Alone Orchestra.
Well, that wasn't our orchestra. We did the Beethoven Symphony in a couple months ago from Majlis Al-Watani.
Yes.
And then our chamber music performs about once a month. And we are reforming this year our jazz organization, the Kuwait Jazz Collective. We'll have our first concerts this week in Kuwait, one at Jack and one at an ambassador's house. So really, it's exciting time.
Yes, to talk about music and especially classical music. Here in Kuwait, small country, we love music. You know that, of course.
I do, yes.
Yes, you've been here 20 years. Can you tell me about when you came here? This is something, it's not about clashing with other cultures or other music instruments. Tell me about your experience when you came here and now.
You know, when you're in the performing arts, the whole world is before COVID and after COVID. Everybody's program went to zero in COVID, including ours. And so when we came, we would have 80 or 90 people in our choir. We could easily get 40, 50 for the orchestra. Now we went almost to zero. Now we can get 30 for the orchestra. We're back up to about 40 or 50 in the choir. So definitely we're smaller than we were. But the last this year, people are moving back to Kuwait, musicians.
Yes.
The last 5 years was people going out, but I feel very positive now. This is why we can restart our jazz, because musicians have come to Kuwait that are super quality jazz musicians. So we can
That's amazing. So it's like you are out for headhunting, or talent hunting, but still they are coming to Kuwait. They will find you eventually.
Well, you know, we have people come because, of course, we can't do anything. We can't sponsor anything. We have to rely on companies and schools and organizations to bring musicians to Kuwait, and then we try to gather them together. Well, a lot of musicians will come and they'll contact me and say, "Can I play in your orchestra?" And of course, we're always happy to.
It's good news to know about that.
Yes. Okay. You said that we would like to have musicians. Tell me about, let's say, the rehearsals, and how do you see if that musician is qualified to go to be a member in Ahmadi group? Do you have recitals, tests?
Well, so what we do in the choir, our rule is no tryouts, anyone is welcome.
Yes.
And in the whole 70-year history, we have never auditioned anyone. Our only rule is you have to have fun. And so some people come for a few weeks and it's more hard work than they thought it was going to be. Other people have been for, long time, 10, 15 years. There are a good number of professional musicians around the world who had stopped music and then started again on one of our projects, and then it becomes their life again. So that's the choir side. Anyone can join the choir. The orchestra is really all experienced professionals. So if somebody comes and says, "I want to play in your orchestra," I ask them about their background, what's their experience, we try them out, and in an informal way,
Yes.
because of course we want everyone to come
yes.
To join,
and have a
yes.
good time. And then of course now the good thing is that so we will have in Yarmouk Cultural Center at the end of April, we'll do a big concert with the choir and the orchestra, and I can put 7 or 8 children in the orchestra. They can learn to play the grown-up orchestra parts.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
So that's a very exciting thing for me.
That's a huge progress.
And it's partly because I'm happy about it, partly because I don't have to pay them. The only thing I have to pay them is pizza and ice cream, but a lot of pizza and ice cream. Also, of course, that's what we want, is everyone should be looking ahead to the next level.
Yes.
And our goal is that 20 years from now, we will put ourselves out of business. The orchestra will be 80% Kuwaitis, young Kuwaitis.
Yes.
That's what we're hoping for.
So
That's amazing
when
to
you
have
talk
a
about
Kuwaiti
children, let me ask you this question, because off air I said to you, I am too old to learn the piano. You said, no, let's talk about the age, especially for someone who is, let's say, 19.
Yes,
It's still relatively young.
Yes.
Is it?
yes.
Or is it you need to be like 8 or 6?
You know, the problem that we have is not people who are too old to start, but the people who are too young to start. A lot of mothers think my child is the young Beethoven, is the
yes.
young Mozart. They say, please, can he have violin
He could
lessons
be the
age
next
3?
Taz.
And we say, you have to be able to, he has to be able to read words strongly. About age 6, 7 is a good age to start. But older players come and they have a really happy time. During COVID, I made a string quartet of adult students, and we met all during COVID secretly twice a week to play music together. It was a fantastic thing.
Being a maestro, do you think this is a gift or a skill to learn?
That's a very interesting question, and the answer is it's both, in the sense that these children that you saw, these are all children who enjoy playing. They like making progress. They're competitive with each other. That's why I like to put them in the group.
Yeah.
They all know exactly which piece the other ones are on, and carefully the pieces are lined up. So if you say I'm on piece 17 and you're on piece 19, and so everybody's trying to get ahead or catch up, or which is a good thing for them.
Yes.
So they have to have the intelligence, the physical capability, the family support, the attitude of wanting to do better. It takes 5 or 6 characteristics, and an appetite for work is really the icing on the cake. That's what makes it all go.
The appetite. You mentioned adults and youngs. For me, I just, let's say, started to learn how to play the violin. I'm joining Jabal Ahmed Cultural School, Music School, and they are doing amazing job with me and too much patience just to know where is Ray and where is me, and how to do the vibrato and the long strings.
Yes.
They are so patient with us. But as you said, you have a curriculum for adults and curriculum for young players.
Turns out that they are difficult for the children to teach, because you will find difficulty.
No, it's difficult for the old. For
so
me, it's
what we're saying on piano, there are special pieces for adult beginners. For me, with adult beginners on violin, we do the same thing as the children do.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm gonna switch to another question.
Please.
Away from music. You said that you're here in Kuwait like more than 20 years. How do you see Ramadan? How is your first experience of Ramadan?
Do you know, I always look forward to Ramadan, because I'm Christian.
Yes.
And in my religion, we're sort of in a way the opposite of you, in the sense that you fast every day for 1 month.
Yes.
And I fast every month for 1 day. So for me, the first Friday of every month, I fast 24 hours. I eat my lunch on Thursday, and then I eat nothing all Thursday night, nothing all the morning, and then I eat my lunch on Friday.
But you drink water, right?
Nothing. No water, nothing.
Total fasting.
Total fasting. And then, like you, we take the money that we save from this food and give to the poor, and a multiple of it.
Yes, just like a donation. The same process in Islam. It always goes.
Very similar process. Yes. We always feel we're cousins with you, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And so, I have to say, some of my and I'm always reminded at the end of a fast, I'm so grateful that I can eat whenever I like. I can go in my kitchen and there's food and all this kind of thing. But also, I know that in general I eat too much, and
You look great for someone who...
You have to say to my wife, no, he looks good, because she always
So you lived in America, right?
I lived
the
in
United
America,
States
yes.
and now in Kuwait. These two countries, they have a lot of good food. So how come you are so thin and like...
It's nervousness. trying not to be angry with the children. This is it.
So that it's like internal burning.
Maybe,
burns
I
the
think, yes,
calories.
the fire on the inside.
Yes.
So actually food is a part of celebrating Ramadan here in Kuwait.
Yes.
Unfortunately, recently, maybe last 10, 20 years, we eat too much. Actually, we eat not only in Ramadan, but this is like a national problem we have. So let's talk about your experience with the Kuwaiti food, especially. What do you know about Kuwaiti food?
Do you know, I'm certainly not expert, but I love it, and we have several Kuwaiti friends. Whenever we have visitors from outside, they invite us, they come and have a proper Kuwaiti dinner.
Yes.
You know, I'll tell you what I wonder about all the time
Yes.
is, you know, I always ask my older Kuwaiti friends, 70, 80, 90, you know, older people, what it was like in the old days for them. And, you know, I would be interested to know, when did Kuwaitis first have refrigerator in their house? When could they keep fresh milk? When could they keep fresh meat? You know, because some of the Kuwaiti dishes that we see are very sophisticated, complex, 20 ingredients. You know, how did
they manage?
How did they manage to do this? What kind of stove did they have? How could they, you know, so this is the thing I want to learn about from you is, you know, now we're surrounded by bright electric lights. When did they have the first electric lights on the street in Kuwait? Who was the first? I suppose they had gas stoves, gas bottles is an old thing.
Gas or wood, they use wood.
I think in the...
Because we knew this guy, you know this Jashan Mall store that's here? This Indian family, they've been in Kuwait forever and ever and ever. For always the Emir would visit them in India. And he said growing up in Kuwait, he remembers the water sellers.
Yes.
You know, who would come off the boat with a donkey with two big jugs of water.
It on their shoulders and to distribute it
and
around
they come to your house and they take the lid off your water jug and they put a cloth and they pour the water in, and in the cloth are worms and spiders and
dirt.
Dirt. And he said, so my whole life is boiling water to try and keep it, So to me, it's a miracle that Kuwait developed a sophisticated food palette in these very simple, you know, limited circumstances.
This is the greatest compliment, talking about Kuwaiti food.
Yeah,
this
you
is
know,
like we moved from like a small, simple country to, let's say, we have everything at our household. We live now with the luxurious life that even the simplest invention that we have today would be extremely, let's say, high and sophisticated back then, like 50 or 60 years ago.
Do you know, my grandfather told me when I was young, he said he could repair every machine in his life. Every machine in his house. He wasn't a mechanic, he was an artist. But he knew he could do all the carpentry, all the electricity, he could repair his car, he could repair his toaster. And now we can't repair anything.
We can't repair, exactly, you know, because life became so easy.
It became so simple. And my computer broke down 2 years ago. I took it back to the store and they said, oh yeah, the guarantee is on, just give it back and we'll give you a new one. I said, no, I want to repair this one. Throw it.
So
we'll give you a new one.
Yeah, this is the exchange that you must have. And for Kuwaitis, I think we reached this level. Internationally, Kuwait is the small country, but we do a lot, especially for food, not only about Ramadan or other cultures. So now, what do you say to expats? You say you're in Kuwait, about living here in Kuwait for 20 years. So you know about the food, you know about the people, you know about the music, Kuwaiti music.
You know, people say it, you know, when I first came, I was in business. I was a banker before. I was an investment banker for 30 years internationally. And then people always say, oh, Kuwait is a small, quiet place. You look at Saudi is big and Dubai and Bahrain, you know, Doha, you know. But we say Kuwait is just such a happy, comfortable place to live. In a way, too comfortable, you know, because you can sit and, you know. So for me, alhamdulillah, I have no more ambitions to be a big banker. You know, now this of making children play Bach together.
Maestro, unfortunately, we reached the end of this interview. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us, Maestro, and we wish you all the best for you and your family, and also for Ahmadi Music Group in the future.
We appreciate
Yes,
it. Thank you.
that was Maestro Richard Bushman, and now let's take this short break and we will continue. Stay with us.